Yo, what's going on? What is going on? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport, here for, man, what's going to be an explosive future classic live stream. But first and foremost, though, can you brothers hear me in the live stream chat? Please, please press a 1 in the live stream chat if you can hear IP. We'll be watching on Kick, on Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Type on 1 in the live stream chat, please, man. I'm about to deliver some classics, as always, as usual. But type of 1, please. Who's here, man? Who's here? Shout out to Delvin Justin. Shout out to Kuma. Shout out to Big Time Brim. Who else is here in the building, man? Come on, man. Come on, bruh. Who else here, bruh? Come on, man. Who else is here, man? Big Racks in the building. What's up, bruv? What's up? What's up, man? So, special announcements first before we get into the stream, okay? Python course coming next month. All right, brothers. So once again, there'll be more details coming very soon, but it's coming in November. So make sure you sign up to the link pinned to the live stream chat. Put your email down, your IG username down. I'll be in touch with you very soon about the costs, the monthly costs, what we'll be doing. And of course, we're going to start ASAP, November, winter time, the best time to study, get your skill set up, because 2026, right, we will be the best years of our lives so far. Aside from that, I will be crashing out on Kick. I gotta crash out on Kick. I'm sorry. There's so many things about DC that I can't speak on YouTube that I must crash out on Kick about. Okay. So once again, make sure you create your Kick account, please, and follow me on Kick. All right, because there will be a crash out for this stream. I got a lot to say, man. Please. All right. So here's a Kick stream in the live stream chat. Go and make sure you create your channel on Kick. And of course, please follow me on Kick. I'm going to crash like a mob. Let's get straight into it, right? Okay. Let's get straight into it. The title of this live stream is what you see on the title itself. I couldn't believe DC was this bad. Exposing Washington, DC, America, Part 3, Passport Bros. So what's going on here? Part 3, right? Part 1 was New York. 2 was Philly, all right? And of course, right, Part 3 going to be Washington, DC, the capital city of America. Now, let me give you some context here as to why I went to DC. So y'all know I went to New York first. I thought that was a terrible city, but somehow Philly took the cake, right? It's even worse than New York. So I was told to go to DC by American brothers in America after I told them my personal experiences in New York, Philly, etc., etc. They told me that in the East Coast, they call DC Chocolate City. It's a capital. And one guy told me, IP, you go and see Black excellence in Washington, DC. So American brothers in America are hyping up DC for me. I'm all pumped up. I thought Philly was terrible. New York, terrible as well. Okay, I'm thinking, okay, DC gotta be lit, right? Rich Black people, high value brothers, living life, making money, getting women, right? So I thought, okay, I'm gonna book that trip to DC ASAP, all right? And I'm sorry to say that DC, right? How on earth is Washington, DC, the capital city of America? No, I'll be real with y'all. Okay, let's break it down. Let's break it down because I don't know how you American brothers do it, but DC is the worst. DC is the worst capital city of a country I've ever been to. Let me repeat that statement. Washington, DC, in America, in Washington, is the worst capital city of any country I have been to. America is supposed to be a first world country. I've been to Panama City in Panama. Panama compared to America is third world. And I enjoyed my time in Panama City more than Washington, DC. What does that say about America? What does that say about America? I've been to Marrakesh, Morocco. Morocco is definitely third world compared to America. And I thought Marrakesh, Morocco is at least 10 times better than Washington, D.C. Once again, Washington, D.C. is the worst capital city of any country I've ever been to in my travels so far. That tells you the current status America is in. Let me break it down, all right? So, in my first day in Washington, D.C., I had a shock introduction. I kid you not, okay? When I stepped out of the Amtrak train and when I walked through the city, guess what I saw, brothers? To the right of me, I saw this white woman wiping. And I screamed out, what the flip is this? I kid you not. I saw a homeless white woman wiping in broad daylight. I just stood there like, what the? I literally shouted out, what the flip is this? She looks at me and she says, sorry. I'm like, don't say sorry to me. Don't talk to me. Brothers, imagine, right? You hop off the train, you're walking around, and you see someone pants down, B-U-T-T out, tissue in her hand, wiping. I shouted out, what the F is this? There were people to the left of me, right? They looked at me funny, like it was a look of, oh, like this is what we expect. This is normal to us. That ain't normal to me. Listen, right? I've been to Marrakesh. I've been to Tokyo. This is me naming capital cities randomly, right? I've been to Marrakesh, which is definitely third world compared to America. I've been to Panama City, which is definitely third world compared to America. I've been to, you know, I've been to many other capital cities, right? And even like in London, which I've been to, obviously, I've never seen a homeless person in broad daylight wiping. So that was shocking. So that set the mood for me, and it just went downhill from there. Brothers, once again, imagine you're new to a country or to a city, right? You see a homeless person literally in your eye views wiping, pants down, wiping. And the worst thing is that she looks me in the eye and says, sorry, in an American accent. I'm like, don't say sorry to me. Don't talk to me. Don't even look at me. I had to walk past that. No, this can't be real, bro. Sorry. So so that set the tone for me, and things somehow got even more worse in Washington, D.C., brothers. Let's break it down, all right? A common theme I'm seeing across major cities in America, right, is a homeless black male pandemic. At this point in time, it should be a national crisis. Homeless black men everywhere in New York, homeless black men everywhere in Philadelphia, and in Washington, D.C., the capital city, right? Homeless black men left, right, forward, center. There was one homeless black guy that was running across the street, started shaking, started tweaking, started jumping. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on in America where we have a bunch of homeless black men, unfortunately, bugged out, doing crazy things, and it appears to be a normal thing. It appears to be a normal thing. Homeless black men literally everywhere in DC. So in my American trip, like one thing that has been a common factor and a key point is homeless black men. Type a one in the chat if you agree with me. What is going on in America where there's so much homeless black men? How is DC supposed to be chocolate city, chocolate excellent city, right? And there's homeless black men everywhere. But the media will never tell you that. They don't tell us that in the media in the UK. They don't show that in Japan, Tokyo. They don't show that in flipping Panama City. They show you Hollywood. They show you Sabrina Carpenter and the garbage songs, right? They show you the rap music and the gold chain, gold teeth, the silver teeth. They don't show you how a lot of black men are really living in America. Homeless everywhere, bruv. What's going on? So again, right? DC is breaking my reality apart. You brothers told me in Philly, IP, go DC. Go there, bro. It's Chocolate City, bro. You're gonna see black professionals, bro. It's a capital, bro. Well, brother, I just seen a white woman wipe in public, and I've seen homeless black men within the first 2 hours, 3 hours. This ain't looking like black excellence to me, bro. So, but let's carry on, all right? One big theme in DC that I'm seeing, that I saw, is that it is very divided. What does that mean? It is very divided politically. Either you're left wing or right wing. If you're on the other side of the party, I don't rock with you, right? So in one part of the city, right, I see a whole bunch of Trump shumps, make America great again, the red hat. I see a whole avenue of that in DC. Then if I go half an hour later to a different part of the city, it's all liberal nonsense or liberal jargon, hyper liberal jargon. Either you're a Trump supporter or you're not. And it appears that there's no compromise there. It's a very divided city. I remember, right, I went to like a place near the White House, okay? And I there was like many billboards on the floor. And it was just like, Trump is horrible, F Trump. They mentioned something about Charlie Kirk, who got deleted a couple of weeks ago. It was a whole bunch of like political writings. It is very divided politically in Washington DC. Mad, right? And once again, right, a common theme that I'm seeing in America is that dystopian vibe. New York was definitely a dystopia, no lie about that. Philly, an even worse dystopia. I would definitely not want to be black living in Philly, God forbid. But I also felt that vibe in DC. Let me break it down, right? Left, right, forward, and center. You're going to see police people with guns. Guns everywhere. Like there's military people in every goddamn corner, and they got guns there. Sorry, brothers, as a UK brother, I'm not used to seeing that. So you can feel I'm a bit perplexed still, a bit shook. Why is there guns all around me, bruv? Why is there military here, military there? Right? It's crazy, bro. And then when I start speaking to Philly people, when I start speaking to DC people about life in America, a lot of them didn't want to speak to me, bro. It was very short convos. It was some ignored me. So DC people ain't too kind. In fact, I found DC people, right, the most unfriendliest people out of Philly and New York and DC. I feel like DC people in DC are very like bougie. Very bougie. Like, why are you talking to me? Like, who are you? There wasn't a humble vibe to them. Very similar to New York. I think Philly people are more down to earth in Philly. DC, capital city, you got people working in federal governments, people working these government jobs, people working these tech jobs. I saw a lot of tech companies there in DC. So a lot of people feel like their ish don't stink, bro. A lot of people feel like their ish don't stink in DC. And of course, I'll get to the woman part very soon, bro. I got a lot to say about women in DC, and of course, Harvard women, right? The BWs out there in Harvard. So again, the dystopia vibe. I heard that Trump cleaned up the city of homelessness, but I still saw homeless people everywhere in DC. So you're telling me that even though they cleaned it up, it's still that bad? Again, how is that supposed to be a capital city? By far the worst capital city I've ever been to in my travels so far, right? And I want to talk about the status of black people there, particularly black men in DC. Because when you tell me that DC is a chocolate city, right? DC, has a high black population. I've checked it myself, it is quite high, well, around 45%, 40%. Okay. And I was told that you're gonna see black excellence there in DC. I didn't see I didn't see that there at all. I'm sorry, I didn't see black excellence in DC. I'll tell you what I saw though. The lives of black people in DC, right? It didn't look too good, unfortunately. Most black people were driving the buses. Most black people were policing trains. Most black people I saw were working security. Most black people were working in 7-Elevens. I didn't see black men. I didn't see much black men in suits. And I went to downtown DC. I went to central DC, supposed to be where all the big jobs are. All I saw was white people and Asians. I'm just keeping it a buck. Either they've left somewhere else. I didn't see the kind of black excellence that I was told I'd see in Washington, DC. Maybe they all moved out there to Atlanta or whatever. I didn't see in DC. So that means I've missed that phase. I've missed it. And it looks like DC has fell off. I didn't see black people in positions of power in DC. I didn't see them. I didn't see them wearing suits. I didn't see them driving big cars. And I was angry. I'm just keeping it a buck. Don't lie to me about how it's chocolate C, it's chocolate excellency. I ain't seen that, bro. I ain't seen it. I didn't see it. So one thing I will say is that DC is very diverse, especially with with the black diaspora. You will meet black Ghanaians, particularly there's hella Ethiopians out there in DC, bro. Hella Ethiopians out there, and Ethiopian women. I'll speak on that too very soon, right? You can meet Benin people. So it's a very diverse group of black people there in DC, but they're not working the best jobs or the top jobs. For me, I don't care about quantity, I care about quality. Some of y'all say, oh, there's hella black people there. Okay, so what are they doing though? What kind of jobs though? What kind of lives they're living though? Because for me, it's all about quality. Quality is far more important than numbers, bro. If 10 black people are CEOs, directors, that's a lot better than 50 or 100 black people working bad jobs. But guess what? We got the numbers, man. F the numbers, bro. The numbers, bro. And do you know what's funny, right? A common theme I kept feeling from Black Americans in America is cope. We got a good out here, bro. No, you don't have a good out there in America, bro. No, you don't. That's why y'all passport bros. Don't lie to me. I seen how you're living. I seen it all now, bruv. It's hell. It's hell in New York. It's hell in Philly. It's hell in goddamn DC. Don't lie to me, bro. I seen it. Don't lie to me. Right? A lot of black Americans are coping in America right now. I'm gonna keep it a buck. A brother smoking out there in the corners. I'm speaking to a brother. He's telling me it's good in America. No, it's not. Listen, your pants are all ripped up, right? You're smoking. You're looking a bit bugged out. And you tell me, oh man, it's all good, man. It's all good here, bro. No, it's not, bruv. Don't lie to me. Don't. Hella brothers coping out there in DC, bruv. And that's supposed to be Chocolate City. That's supposed to be the Mecca for black people. Are you goddamn kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Because I know what a good quality of life is and what it should be. And the way our brothers are living out there in America, it ain't right. It's not right. So I know the pain brothers going through now. I know y'all going through pain. I know brothers going through pain in America, bruv. It's hell. I could never live there. Listen, if you offered me $500,000 to live in DC, Philly, New York, I will turn it down. Quality of life and a peace of mind is very important to me. As a black man in America, from what I saw, you can't get a quality of life there, a good one, unless you're very exceptional. Whereas in DC, I saw mediocre white people living good, bro. Right? I saw people partying. What's that spot called? That's the party spot. Is it DuPont Circle? DuPont Circle? Type one in the chat if you know what DuPont Circle is, bruv. What is it? DuPont Circle? Hella bougie folks out there, bro. I ain't seen brothers there. I ain't seen brothers in DuPont Circle. I ain't seen high value brothers there. I'm just keeping a buck. That's supposed to be the no. I don't know if it's DuPont Circle. What was it? Nightlife spots in DC. What was that place? Was it DuPont Circle? I don't think it was DuPont Circle. No, Adams Morgan. That was it. Adams Morgan, bro. That was it. That's supposed to be a bougie place. I thought I'd see brothers out there. When I was walking through, I ain't seen brothers in Adams Morgan, bro. I'm keeping a buck. In fact, DC is quite segregated, brothers. It's quite segregated, brothers. You got white people to themselves, Latino people to themselves, right? Black people to themselves, Asians not to themselves. They're amongst white people. You know what they do with Asians, right? They were amongst white people, right? So like, it ain't no melting pot out there, bro. It's not. DC is terrible. How can any brother who has the means to leave America still be in America? How? The quality of life. America may be the top economy in the entire world, but there's the equality there from what I saw it's not too good. It's not looking good, bruv. The inequality I saw in DC shocked me. It shocked me. Bro, it shocked me. So now I went around Adams Morgan. I went to every major spot in DC, taking out intel, observing, right, being in the cut. And the way of life there is very fast paced. I think it's very hard to live a life there unless you have a good social circle. People there are bougie. I got a feeling that it's very nepotistic over there. You know, I got a few racist looks as well from white people when I was in the bus stop. It was weird, you know, and some Latin people, to some Asians as well. I'm just keeping her a buck. I'm just keeping her a buck. So for now, the money at this point in time, right? I feel like, as brothers, as time goes, as time moves, every second, every minute, every hour, you got two things. You got two things to decide, right? Number one, you can make great money and stay in America, but have a bad social life, or you can leave the money behind, leave America, live a great social life abroad. Option two gonna be the mind state for 2026. I can't, like, honestly, I can't see myself living in America. I can't do it. UK is terrible. UK is bad socially as well. Okay. But America is on a whole different level, man. Because you had the racism mixed in as well, the hardcore racism. Then you got the classism there as well. Then you got the inequalities. Then you got probably the worst woman you can actually date in the entire world in that country, who expects a lot from you. You're getting a bad deal in America. You're getting a bad deal in Washington, D.C. And it ain't too good. It really ain't too good. Like, I'm strolling through certain avenues, certain roads. I'm thinking, how can this be a capital city? In fact, you might as well make New York the capital city, bro. I feel like New York look better than DC. I'll keep it a buck. You may as well make New York the capital city. It's more vibrant, you know, a lot of entertainment there, a lot of like clout there. Why is DC the capital? Because guess what? A lot of third world countries, their capital cities, right, are far better than DC. Now, if you want to classify Morocco as a third world country, I've been there. And I would put Marrakesh, the capital city, right? The capital city over DC. I'd rather live in Marrakesh. I'd rather live in a third world country or third world city, if you want to call it that way, than in a first world city or country like America. It's that bad. I felt so out of place in DC, and I'm educated. I'm a tech bro. I'm educated. I'm a tech bro, right? I'm not no thug. I'm not no pookie. But DC, I just can't believe that it's a capital city. I can't. In fact, I'd put London over DC, and London's pretty bad. Like, the deal that y'all get in America is a bad deal. So now I want to talk about women, Washington DC women. I got a lot to say about that, actually. A lot to say about DC women, bro. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Whew. It's gonna be a fire one I've ever come across in my travels so far. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I work in government, a lot of federal jobs, or in a capital city. You really can't speak to them, brothers. All my cold approaches failed. They just walked past me, gave me a shocked look, and walked past me. Gave me a shocked look and walked past me. Not one woman I cold approached spoke to me in DC. Right? It is hella bougie there in Adams Morgan in the nightlife. It's hard to speak to women there. You have to look rich. You have to be rich to even get in the door. You have to be rich, look rich to even get in the door in the dating scene in DC. And DC is pretty expensive. DC is very expensive. Women are hella bougie there. They you know, they turn their nose up at you. They look down on you. Like, why are you talking to me? So DC women are pretty unapproachable by far. They got this mean mugging look about them. They got this look about, you know, I'm doing something important. Don't talk to me. It's very hard to crack a DC woman, even pull her, brothers. You really can't. You really can't. And in DC, you have different subsections of women, right? You have women who are hyper liberal, nose ring, tattoos, blue hair. I don't want that. Please, God, keep those women away from me. You have women who are in suits, professional women, right? Don't even bother. They do not, unless you're very rich, you ain't gonna pull them, brothers. You're not. You're not. Then you have like the college woman, because I think there's a lot of colleges there. There's Howard in DC, if I'm not mistaken. There's uh, other universities there that I can't remember. So the college woman, um, no comment. And then you have like women who are transplants. They seem a bit nicer, but again, they're still American, so it's hard to even try and pull them in the first place. So what I'm saying is that dating in DC is nearly impossible. But I'll tell you who was winning there from what I saw. The race of man that was pulling the most women in Washington, DC, that had girlfriends that were Asian, that were white. Guess who they were in the live stream chat? Guess. Guess what race of man was dominating the dating scene? He may have looked bummy, may have looked rich, may have looked like a billionaire, millionaire, or poor, whatever. Guess what race of man was pulling the most women in Washington, D.C. in apparently a place called Chocolate City? It was white dudes, bro. Adams Morgan, DuPont Circle, Georgetown. Everywhere, white dudes got a woman in his arm. Brothers lonely. Black men. Again, I didn't see black men with women with a lot of women out there, brothers. I didn't see it. I saw black men with black women, though. Yes, I saw that. But I saw more lonely black men than black men with women. A common theme I'm seeing across American cities is lonely black men. Lonely black men. Not pulling women, lonely black men. It's a common thing I'm seeing. There's also like a huge Hispanic population there, or Latin population there that I saw. Latin men were mostly with their women. That's what I saw. Latino men were mostly with, and they were not lonely. They always had women with them, and it was a Latina woman with them. It was brothers that were not doing too good dating in Washington, D.C. And you know what's funny, right? There's this trend or this sort of statement where they will tell you that Latina women in America, they love black men. It's BS. It's BS. We are gonna dead that nonsense during this American tour. Latina women in America are not checking for black men. I didn't see them checking for us in DC. I didn't see them checking for us in New York or in Philly. In DC, I did not see one black man and one Latina woman couple. I don't know where that trend came from or that lie came from. It's not a thing in America. It's not a thing. most people in America are dating within their own races. And if there's one race of men that dating all the races of women, it is white men. Latina women are not checking for black men in Washington, D.C. Dead it. Dead that lie. It's garbage. Because when I booked this trip, honestly, I was really expecting to see a bunch of black men with Latina women all over America. I've seen less than 3. I've seen less than 3. What the flip? That's what I'm saying, right? You want to be in a country, boots on the ground, to observe your environment and see what the hell is really going on there. What the hell is really going on there? Because the way social media portrays it, they'll say, some Latina woman would say, oh, black men belong to Latina women. I didn't see that there at all in DC, or Latina women belong to black men. I didn't see that there. All these Puerto Ricans, all these Dominicans, all these Mexican women that y'all talk about, it's not a thing in America. Maybe it's a thing in the home countries, Mexico or in Puerto Rico. It's not a thing in America. It's not a thing in America. Dead it. Stop that. Stop holding on to that dream. It's not happening. So what I will say is that out of New York, Philadelphia, and DC, DC has the best looking woman. I'll give him that. I'm not saying they're stunners, but when I compare all 3 cities, I think I saw a better looking woman in Washington, DC. And I think we can all agree on that. But once again, these women are not dateable. They're not. They're really not dateable. And there's a university in DC called Howard University. And a lot of sisters go there. So you will see sisters on the train wearing the Howard University jumper or some sort of Howard University merch. Right? Brothers, no. I don't. Is that supposed to be a university where it's supposed to be high value BWs there? I hardly saw high value BWs, wearing that Harvard attire. Most of them were like having Bruno's rings, had blue hair, had blonde hair, right? Some of them were loud, some of them, right? Any, I tried talking to them. One of them gave me a really bad look on the train. Okay, you will not find your wife at Howard University, I'll tell you that. None of them wearing booty shorts, none of them just promiscuous. No. You want a black woman, you go to Africa or the Caribbean or South America. You ain't gonna find wifey in Howard University. Once again, you are not gonna find wifey in Howard University. The quality of woman that I came across there, that I saw, with the Howard attire, I can just tell off rip that, nah, these are not good women. These are not good women. And Howard is supposed to be a HBCU, the top HBCU in America. So guess what I was honestly wanting to see or expecting to see Candace Owens type ilk of woman. The way, the kind of dressing that Candace Owens wear, how she comes across. I didn't see that. I feel that from these women, brothers. I didn't. I wouldn't, honestly, I would not date a BW from Howard University. In fact, I would even date an American BW. based on what I saw in America, I would not even consider dating an American BW. I'm keeping her a buck. And I'm sure that you American bros will also agree with me. They're not dateable. There really isn't. ABW is undateable. Brothers, ABW from as a British brother, right? In the cut, observing the environment, dating way of life. There's no way I can date an ABW. I've seen ABW in New York. I've seen ABW in Philadelphia. I've seen ABW in DC. No, nightmare, right? So in Philadelphia, I saw hella BWs wearing bonnets in 7-Elevens coming through. I'm thinking, why are you wearing a bonnet outside? Come on, man. In New York, I saw the hyper liberal BWs, ones with white dudes, right? I saw BWs in New York that there's no way I saw myself dating them. Back to Philly, BWs in New York that had a very masculine accent, but that was across all races as well. Then in DC, you have bougie BWs, you have bougie ABW. And bougie ABW, unless you white, unless you got money, a lot of money, you ain't getting a bougie BW in DC. The ones in a suit, the ones working in federal government, the ones working at Microsoft in DC, whatever, you're not getting her, bro. That's out your league. As an average brother, you can't pull that. But I guarantee you, an average white dude can pull that easily. Then we have the Howard University type ABW. Bruno, listen. I went on the train, right, a subway in DC, and I sat near Howard ABW woman. Literally, all of them had septum nose rings. And if you know that symbol, any woman that wears a septum nose ring is a no-go. That's a sign from God to tell you, keep away from that woman. A septum nose ring is a message that she's a deviant, hyper feminist, right? More than likely doesn't like her own race of men, talks down on brothers, has all these think pieces about black men. You keep away from women like that. Brothers, Howard University is filled with women like that, bruv. Then you have the blonde weave. Then you 304s as well. Yep. Then you have the you see, that's how you know, right? My intel solid, brothers. I'm not here to lie to you, man. I'm not here to flip and lie. Look, there's a guy who interviews Howard, black woman, right? And they mostly have nose rings. That's what I saw, bro. Oh God, bro. That's what I saw. I'm not kidding. I was so shocked. I'm like, what is this? Why do every one of them have nose rings? So listen, my intel is solid, brothers, and it is backed up by facts, bruv. Cooked. So if you're somehow gonna live in DC, whatever, you want to avoid local DC women, okay? So let's talk about Ethiopian woman. Let's talk about Ethiopian women. Guess what? There's hella Ethiopians out there in DC. There's hella Ethiopian women out there in DC. And I'll be real with you, right? It seems that if you're going to be in DC, you must date. Your only option in Washington, DC is an Ethiopian woman who came from Ethiopia directly. Within the first 2 months, you want to get her quickly. If she has lived past in DC past 3 months, 4 months, you're playing with fire. After 6 months, it's a no-go. I was told that myself by an Ethiopian dude. Listen, man, an Ethiopian dude broke it down for me. He broke it down for me. He's like, IP, I will not date an Ethiopian woman that was born and raised in Washington, D.C. That's a no-go. I've seen my friends do it. It's not worked out. There's a cultural difference. I'm like, I agree. And then he tells me that the best way to do it is two options. You want to get her quickly within the first 2 to 3 months she's arrived in DC and lock her down and impose your values and keep her isolated from the Western bullshit. Remember, make sure she remembers where she came from, who she is, her culture. But that's hard, That's why we tell you, brothers, you want to live in their country, okay? But you also mentioned that you also may want to import your woman to America. So those are your two options. But I told the brother that, hey, bro, listen, if you import her to America, she's going to change eventually to the American woman way of life. Is that IP? What can I do, bro? What can I do? Like, I come here for a good life. Can you blame him? Literally, brothers, like, we have powerful passports. Okay. Some people in DC have come to DC for a better life. You can't blame them, and shout out to them for doing so, right? However, we know that when you bring a woman from your home country to the West, you're playing with fire. So even though that Ethiopian brother is telling me that you want to bring an Ethiopian woman to America from the homeland because she's fresh from the homeland, I told him, bro, she gonna change. She's gonna change eventually. So what I'm saying here is that even though Ethiopian women are the best women in DC by far, right? You're still playing with fire, man. Dating is so hard and complex there. It's a lose-lose situation. Dating is so hard and complex in DC. It's a lose-lose situation. And I'll be real with you, those Ethiopian chicks, oh my goodness, man. They had IP looking in shock. Ethiopian women are amazing looking. Amazing looking. Peanut butter brown skin, long curly black hair, beautiful smiles. I think there's this neighborhood that's full of Ethiopian people. I can't remember the name, right? You go there, you see them, you walk around all these Ethiopian shops. I'm like, this is very good. But I did see some West Side Ethiopian chicks in booty shorts, right? Some with some rings, some with tattoos. You see, that right there is the American way of life. So basically, you're kind of cooked either way. Yes, there's a lot of Ethiopians there. A lot of Ethiopian dudes are having a horrible time with their women because their women are becoming westernized by American standards. And I'm telling, like, we as passport bros, we have the means to live in their country with our strong currency and make a thing out there. That's why I say get into tech, get into a good career, be investing. Damn, it's cooked. It's cooked. It's absolutely cooked. Let me read the super chats over here. We're going to open up the phone line very soon. Shout out to Mr. Darius Chamberlain for the support. Your next visit better be New Orleans. New Orleans that good, bro? Is New Orleans that good, brother? Damn. The way you hyping it up, brother, it better be heaven on earth, bro. My goodness. Shout out to Mr. Darius Chambers for the support. Frenchman Street and Bourbon Street. If not, you effed up. Is that New Orleans? I don't remember that in DC. Is that in New Orleans? Frenchman Street. Where's that? I don't remember that in DC. Is that DC? Frenchman Street. Where's that? Oh, that's in New Orleans. Okay, interesting. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Big Racks for the support. US is a third world country with a fake Gucci belt. Okay. Bruv, that is the perfect analogy for it. It did feel really third world. It did feel really third world, particularly Philly, brothers. Shout out to Josh John for the support. Appreciate you, bro. A lot of people in DC are nepotist. I agree. I think it's a hard seed to make it in. You got to know the right people, be in the right circles, and I ain't rocking with that. I'm all about hard work and working smart. I'm not about doing that kind of nonsense. If you have the skill set, if you're ambitious and you're a good person, I don't see why not. I don't see why you can't have a job or whatever. I'm not about that nonsense, man. But I think DC is a very nepotist city, very bougie, high class society, and I don't want to live there. Again, you could offer me $500,000 to live in America. I'm not taking it. At this point in time, a peace of mind and a quality of life is more important than woman. Remember, you only have one life. Time is flying. Time is flying. You only have one life. Shout out to Just John for the support again. A lot of people in DC fly from other universities in Boston, Philadelphia, and New York for internships. A lot of white people who are in Ivy Leagues. That's interesting, bro. I went to the Georgetown area. I felt so out of place, man. I felt so out of place. Man. I'm telling you, yo, it's a myth. It's an absolute myth. America, I don't know how y'all do it, man. America is not a society you want to live in. I'll be honest with you. Doesn't matter who's in power, who's the president, whether it's Democrats or liberals. That place cannot be. It's unlivable, in my opinion. So let me open up the phone lines, right? Okay. So I've opened up the phone lines there in the live stream chat. And I'm gonna pin that over here. So if you want to call in, right, and chime in, do you agree with my assessment? Do you disagree? Do you want to debate it? I think I was fair. I was definitely fair in my assessment of DC. DC is how is that a capital city? I don't get it. I don't get it. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself if you can. You're lying to yourself if you say that DC is a high quality place. It's not. It's not. It really isn't. All right, phone lines are open. If you want to call in, call in. We are going to crash out on Kick as usual. But if you want to call in and chime in, give your thoughts, give your opinion. Let's go, man. Let's go. DC. Oh wow. So if I was to rank the cities so far, coming at number 3, I would put Philly. Philly is just a terrible place to live. If you're currently in Philadelphia, so all your belongings, so your house, sell your car, get out ASAP. Philadelphia is a real life dystopia. Then number 2 coming at New York. New York couldn't do it. New York is some good entertainment over there. in New York, but still wouldn't want to live there. So I put DC number one, right? DC, right? Although it's terrible, has some great museums and great like artifacts and great history. And a lot of the museum in DC is free. A lot of it's free in DC. So there's things to do there in DC as a tourist that I really enjoyed. I like to go around and all that stuff. So I give DC that. I'll give them their free museums. I'll give them that there's things to do in DC. I think if you're going to do DC, you need at least 3 weeks, 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks in DC. There's a lot to do there, a lot to see, a lot to experience. It is a very historical city. I'll give them that. But socially, dating and woman wise, 0 out of 10. No, unlivable, unlivable. Don't play me. Don't play me. DC is just. I would not want to live there. I think American culture isn't for me. American culture is not for me. It's not for me, brothers. The food. Don't even let me get started on the food, man. DC food again, tasty. So much bad chemicals in that food, man. I put on a lot of weight in this American trip. A lot of weight. Buying $1 donuts from 7-Elevens, buying cakes, Pop Tarts, but the Pop Tarts that I tried it, too sweet for me. But apparently it's a very popular breakfast thing in America. I went to several spots in DC, Chick-fil-A, Kava, flipping, many spots, brothers, good food. But yeah, bro, like you can feel the chemicals in the food, man, the additives, the flavoring. But American food is just poison. It's poison. It's poison. It's keeping it back. It's poison. It's poison. And it's been an eye opener. The tour was an eye opener. The lives that our brothers live in America is tragic. I thought we were doing very bad in the UK. America is 10 times worse. You know what? There's no free healthcare in America. Literally, if you're poor and broke, you're nothing in America. Unfortunately, America is really, like, from what I saw in America, it's a very cutthroat society. Either you got it or you don't. So guess what? There'll be a lot of backstabbing, a lot of effing people over, and I'm not for that. But that's the American culture. That's what it breeds. I don't want to live in a country like that. Again, you couldn't pay me $500,000 to live there. You couldn't. What would I do in America with $500,000? So I'm getting paid what? $50K a month, $40K a month. Okay, but the women are terrible. And if they do like me, they like me for money only, not who I am personally. Then you have the then you have like horrible social life. And like for me personally, I feel like black men have horrible social lives. I feel like we do. Because a lot of clubs, a lot of bars, a lot of events, they're not catered to us. They're not. Like, black people are really an afterthought in America. From what I saw, I think America is prioritizing white people Latin people and Asian people. I think, right, honestly, from what I really saw, America gives no damn about Black Americans. From what I saw, they, I don't think they're not in the future of America's plans. Get out, get out, please get out. The hustle culture, the anger I felt in their voices, the anger I saw in their faces in DC. Nah, bruv, I'm not living in that country. No, I'm not living there. I love my country. I love my country. My country been good to me. No, it hasn't. I can't do it. Listen, you couldn't pay me $1 million to live in America. I wouldn't do it. It's real bad over there in America. It's real bad. It's Michael Jackson bad, bro. It's Michael Jackson bad, bro. Now, if you're in DC, type of one in the chat if you're currently living in DC or you've lived in DC. Type one in the chat. If I'm wrong in my assessment, call in. If I'm right, call in. If you want to debate me, call in. Before we go to cook and crash out, because you guys know I'm not lying here. I'm not capping. DC is terrible. America is like a cramped box. And unfortunately, a lot of Black men don't have the means to leave America. From what I saw out there, you can see the pain in their eyes. You can see struggle in their eyes. But they're stuck. They stuck. They stuck. A lot of Black men that I spoke to in America don't even have a passport. At least you ask them. Like, I'm having a convo with them. I bring up traveling, ask them, do you have a passport? I ain't got a passport, bruh. I ain't got a passport, bruh. A lot of Black American men don't have a passport. So they're living that life. Yes, America is an open air prison. I'll keep it a buck. It is. Listen, when I was in America, right, I felt like I was in a prison. Whether it was in New York, Philadelphia, DC, I felt like I was in a prison. I felt contained. I felt like, I don't know, man. I felt like invisible forces, bro. America really is an open air prison. And I don't know how anyone can actually live there, because it's bad for your mental. That's how I felt. So if you're not American, please have pity on our American brothers. They're really going through it. If you're not American, and if you're, because you know what, we have people who are not American, right? And because America is the best economy in the world, and in America you can make a lot of money in tech, in law, in medicine, cool, right? But a lot of people who are not American are ignoring the social factors. Making a lot of money is nothing if you have a poor quality of life socially. Hear me out. Hear me out. If you're making, let's say, 300K a year, okay, or $500,000 a year, okay, and you have a poor social life, you're doing the same thing every day. Woman ain't checking for you. You don't get any love. You're not embraced. You're demonized for your skin color, right? People look at you weird, look at you funny, look at you like you're an animal. Listen, it's bad for your mental, honestly. And because America is the top economy in the world, you have people who are not American saying, hey, you should be blessed to be American. You should be blessed to be making this money. Stop thinking it. Stop thinking it. Stop thinking from it from a money perspective. Think about it from a social perspective, please. Please. Our American brothers in America are genuinely and truly going through hell. No wonder the passport bro movement is basically filled with Americans. I don't blame them. I really don't. Because in the UK, right, it's terrible, but it's got free healthcare. It's kind of socialist in the UK. If you are someone that has a very powerful social circle, you can live a good quality of life in the UK. But I feel like America is just so racist, man. Like, it really is a racist country, right? America really is a racist country. Doesn't matter if you have money, doesn't matter if you have status. Like, from what I felt and what I saw out there, it's your race that comes first. That's wild. It's wild. Shout out to Jane. This is why I've been subscribed since 2021 IP. Always speak facts. Thank you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to brothers, man. I ain't gonna sell no dream. I ain't gonna do nothing like that. I'm just gonna like tell you as it is. So if you want to call in, we have over 80 people watching. Like the stream, please. If you want to call in, if you agree, if you disagree with what I'm saying, the phone lines are open. It's an open conversation. It's an open call-in show. I definitely encourage you to call in to discuss this matter with me, because I want to hear an American perspective too. Am I being too harsh here? Am I missing out a few bits and bobs? Right? Have I assessed DC fairly? I want an American to please call in and actually confirm or disagree. It's an open conversation. You know that I'm not here to lie to anyone or cap. I'm just here to tell the truth and nothing but the whole truth. Tell the truth and nothing but the whole truth. American men who are watching my channel, I implore you, I encourage you to please leave America. Please leave America. Leave America and don't look behind. Don't look behind. America is a scary place. Honestly, I felt every time of my day in America, I felt uneasy. I felt uneasy, bro. Let me bring in T-Mac. You confirm, bro. Thank you, brother. Let me bring in T-Mac in the background. Yep, brother, you confirmed. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Turn your camera off. Let me bring in T-Mac in the background. What's going on, brother? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How is DC? Well, actually, you said it's not good. Oh man.
Bro, DC, man, DC left me with sadness, deep thought, empathy for our American brothers. That place, I don't know how you call it a capital city. Ain't no way it's a capital city, bro. That place was terrible. You from DC?
No, no, no. I'm from Jersey, but I've visited the area. I would say, like, I agree with what you're saying because when I go there, I didn't necessarily felt how you felt. Maybe because you're coming from a different perspective. What I'm saying is, like, since I'm from Jersey and people are like less friendly here, I felt like when I was like in the DC area, it felt a little bit better, to be honest. Like that's how I felt. However,
But
I guess I don't have the perspective of like being as traveled, right? So, um, but it would be better to live in that area as opposed to living like around here, in my opinion.
I agree. Even DC is terrible. DC is better than New York and Philadelphia. And if I had to live out of those three, if I had no choice but to live in those three, out of one of those three cities, I would pick DC. Definitely not Philly. New York, too much going on there. DC, it's got its own problems, but I'd be there over than New York and Jersey or whatever.
Yeah, you don't gotta come here, bro. Like,
Never, brother. I feel you, man. Let me bring in Jane in the background. Jane, you're confirmed, brother. Jane Alexander, let me put you in, brother. Jane, you good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. I just want to say that I'm happy that you're getting this experience because other groups of people just don't get it. And I would even say other groups of black people don't get it. You know, the thing that you hear when a lot of other groups of black people and people in general speak on black Americans is that, oh, we're lazy, we don't work hard, we live in America, we don't do the right things. But you see, every time we try, like it gets destroyed. There's so many affluent areas and towns, like Black Wall Street that got destroyed, and we lost millions and billions of dollars that could have been spread throughout the entire community. So I just want to say that I'm happy that you're getting this experience because now you can see our perspective of why it's so hard to move up because we're kind of held down. A lot of people play what I call respectability politics. Oh, if you dress nice, you speak properly, you do all these things, oh, you're gonna make it. But at the end of the day, if you're not liked, you're not liked, and no matter how much you try to conform, you're not gonna be able to move up.
Facts, bro. Facts about that. That's what I saw, and that's what I felt there. There's definitely Black Americans are definitely being held down there, oppressed
Mhm.
in America, and without a single doubt, we can't deny that because seeing that much homeless Black men really spooked me because I've seen we
Mhm.
have homelessness in the UK as well, but that degree of homelessness where it's predominantly one race, where we know America's is majority white country, but it's
Mhm.
mostly black men that are homeless. Yeah, something fishy is going on. Something real fishy is going on, and I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna speak on it, bro. Like I
Yep.
always do, bro.
And there's
I
two
can
major
add
reasons
some
for
things.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
you can go.
Yeah. So one thing that's interesting about America that I know is that like Asians have a hate crime bill. Latin people are taken really good care of. Obviously, this is a white person's country, but there's no black crime hate crime bill. Despite we've been in America. I think since the 1500s, definitely the 1600s. So we're basically the foundation of the whole country. Yet there's still no hate crime bill, which it says a lot about where politicians' heads are at, whether or not
Mhm.
they cater to like, oh, this they say this group of people is for black people and other group isn't. It's really about like who. It's about self-preservation. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
So fire away, Jane.
Yeah, I was gonna say the reason why there's so many homeless black people and so many black hoods is one reason was slavery. While other races of people were benefiting off of us, we were completely, poor, and then we were just let go without any sort of reparations. And the second reason why is because, like I said earlier, when we did try to build, wealth and major settlements of wealth like Black Wall Street, they ended up being destroyed by racists. So when you think about generations that come after that, we had to start from the bottom. If stuff like that didn't happen, maybe we all as a collective could have grown up in more middle class and high class societies. But because all those were destroyed and we never got our reparations from slavery, we have to start from poverty.
Facts, bro. Facts. Um, how do you feel about my statement about Latina woman? And T-Mac, I also want you to chime in as well, bro, because I know you're in Jersey and that's near New York, right? But I mentioned how, like, in my travels in America, like, I didn't see a lot of brothers with Latina women, and that's something I was expecting to see. And can I ask you first, T-Mac, right? Am I right in my statement in that Latina women are not with brothers like that in America? It's not a thing there. It's actually very minimal.
Yeah, I mean it happens, but it's not like a lot of them. It's not like the way they would advertise it, like it's that's not how it's going down. Like you can definitely encounter it for sure, but I would say that would probably be more common maybe in Miami. I don't know. I'm not from Miami, but I know there's a lot more Caribbeans and Latin people there. But what I can say is that they may like I don't know, they'll ultimately stay in their own group, but you can still like they'll still help you like learn Spanish or like they just stay within their own selves, even if they take a liking to you, is what I've noticed. Like the ones that like dudes really want, like the foreign ones, like the ones that just came from DR. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Do you want to fire away, Jane?
Yeah, I agree with that. A lot of them date within their own. Where I'm from, I have seen black men with them, but I think part of it is a colorism issue too, because I would say my mixed friends can get Latin women left and right. But I would say if you're darker in complexion, it's a little bit harder. And if you do get some, it'll be like women that are like into like hood culture and stuff like that. Like they want you to be, the stereotypical hood black guy. And those are the ones that actually do want to mess with us. But for the most part, they just date within their own. Or they're with white men.
Yep, absolute facts. He says, right, Cortex says, you already even saw Latinas, so you can't know it. But I saw Latinas in New York, right, Philly, and DC. I didn't see them with brothers, and I wouldn't lie about that. And I've been confirmed here by brothers on this chat. It's not a thing there. And we have to stop pushing this narrative that, oh, these Latina women are out here for us brothers in America. No, they're not. First and foremost, Latina women are with Latin men. If they're not, they're with white dudes. Then they may be with a brother, but it won't be a clean cut brother. It'll be a pookie type brother. I'm just keeping a buck, just keeping it a stack. And a lot of brothers, right, like they are living some sort of fantasy. And if you live a fantasy for too long, you become delusional and out of touch with reality. The reality is that it's not a thing, bruv. It really isn't. But you know what I saw? And Jane, T Mac, I'm gonna need y'all to agree or disagree with me against an open conversation, right? There's a
Hmm.
lonely pandemic of brothers who ain't getting no girls in America. I saw it in New York, I saw it in Philly, and I damn sure saw it in DC. Brothers with no woman. Am I right in my assessment there, T Mac and Jane? Or am I bugging out?
I mean, I think it's still obviously there's guys, black guys still with black girls, but it's like I mean, I feel like you got to almost put in extra work to prove your worth, which is kind of messed up in a way because like you have to like almost put in more work for like a half a result if you get what I'm saying. Like
Mm.
that's not to diss black women or whatever, but I just think a lot of I don't know. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Daryl,
I
can you
think
turn your
that
camera
black
on?
men
Sorry,
are
bro.
lonely.
Mm.
Cause from
Fire
what
away.
I see, a lot of us just date whatever we can. Like my friends, like I'll just be honest, they just mess with and sleep with whoever they can, and a lot of the women are really like not good looking. And what I noticed too is, um, it's just like either a lot of women are just like out of our league, they think that they're too good for us, or even when dating our own women, it's like we're being interrogated before we're even in the door. Oh, do you have this? How much money do you have? Are you gonna do this for me? You gonna do that for me? Meanwhile, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. What we get in return is horrible. So we're putting all of our resources into a woman that doesn't look good, that isn't reciprocating or putting that much effort in. And they have it so easy to where they can just replace us with a snap of the finger, but when it's over with for us, we're just fighting for scraps pretty much. It's really horrible.
Facts,
Like they
bro. Mm. Go on, T
I just
Mac.
think like we're very scrutinized, like we're respected. I feel like if you don't fit like a certain persona of black man, it's like kind of it can be harder for you. Like like you know what I mean? Like unless like you're like you're mad, you're super in shape, you got your stuff together. Like it'd be hard to get like a quality like partner for us unless like you have like all of your ducks in a row. Because I you see like sometimes like in other groups, people are like not that put together, but they're still with like a baddie somehow, and it doesn't really add up. But that's just how
Mm.
it trickles down here sometimes. Like we're scrutinized. Yeah, we're pretty. I think we're pretty lonely. Like, and we're not like I feel like I don't know if you go somewhere else, it's like you get more like attention. You feel like more like, you know, you feel better about yourself.
There you go. Facts. T Mac and Jane bringing the heat here. We're gonna go on kick very soon because I need to crash out. I need to just speak some real truths here. So I'm gonna post the link on the kick chat right now. We're gonna go over to kick so we can actually speak freely on a lot of things about America and DC because I'm holding back here. In America, I'm just keeping a buck. All right, so the kick link is in the live stream chat. I'll give you up others 5 minutes, 10 minutes to create your account on Kick. Follow me on Kick. Move over there. All right. I got a lot to say. Daryl, I see you in the background, bro. Can I bring you in? Your camera's on. Is that okay? Or you want to give me a thumbs up? Camera on. Thumbs up. Good. Brother, camera's on. Is that okay? Yeah. Give me a thumbs up, brother. For camera on. Okay. Let me bring in Daryl in the background. What's going on, brother? You good?
Yeah, everything's good. I wish I could have caught you when you came to New York. See, the section I live in Brooklyn, I say it's like the airport. Cause once you go up in the air, you can go from any direction. While you was here, did you get a train map?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get the bus map? Cause you have bus map of the 5 boroughs. So did you get a map of each borough?
Of course. Yes, I did.
Okay, good. So I heard you spoke about New York. So you most likely you went into the bad sections. You know, like it's good for some people, and it's not good for some other people because some are like New York is getting well developed now. You know, with like high rises, apartment building, they're trying to do away with the prehistoric days. And so actually, I was one of your students, if you remember. I think it was 2023, something like that. Yeah, 2023.
Yes, I remember. Of course.
Yeah, but I wasn't able to finish it. And in Theo's class too. So I just wish that you would have been able to like get a good view of New York because they have some wonderful places in New York, like you know the club scene life, like you know different the Asian areas. You know every how can I say that they have multi cultures over here in New York. You know they have the Italian sections. They have different like versions of Queens that you can go to. They have like the Rockaways.
I went everywhere, bro. I went everywhere in New York, bro. Yeah, I didn't like the vibe in New York, bro. I couldn't live there. Couldn't do it, bro.
I mean, was it people friendly or they wasn't friendly?
They weren't friendly, bro. Angry people, bougie people, bougie women, bro. New York don't fell off, bro. I'll keep a buck of you, Daryl. New York is not the one to be. I did not like New York. I think it's a bad place to live in as a black man. I saw a lot of homeless black men in New York, brother, and it really bugged me out. We can agree on that, Daryl. The homeless black man epidemic is a big thing, right?
Yes, I like this. I like to speak on that. I worked in the shelters. I worked at Bellevue. That's on 30th and First Avenue. I worked at the women homeless shelter. I was a security guard. So I worked at the shelters. So you have a lot of people like when they're down bad, because anybody could become homeless. Like, you know, during Superstorm Sandy, we saw millionaires become homeless. And like the homelessness, because, you know, it could be a domestic violence issue between somebody that got a good job. You know how it is. Like, you know, with the divorce rate, it could be a cop. And then like, you know, he could be making 100 plus a year, but he get an argument with his wife. And then all of a sudden now he's sleeping in the next bed to you. And you're like, wow, I done saw politicians. I done saw all type of people in the shelter for all type of reasons. And it was just because maybe a fire happened. And so a lot of times, even some of the ones, because you can have a guy who has looked like he's a smart genius. He could look like he on Wall Street. And I even don't work with the people like with you know, disabilities. If they don't take their medication, they cuckoo like Cocoa Pop. So over here in New York, looks can be deceiving. Like that. Looks is very deceiving. That's all around the world. And a lot of people, it's a lot of things out there with mental illness like that, you know, like constantly begging. That's a form of mental illness because you're never going to get the results you are actual. But I don't really want to hold this show up, but it's just that, you know, sometimes it's the approach and who you're approaching, because somebody look like they're approachable, but they might have some type of disability that you never know that, you know, it could be many things on their mind. So just don't let that kind of like deter you. You know, you just have to observe before you make your approach. It's like that in any situation. And being that your guys is much younger than me, I suggest you stack your papers because things is going wild. Don't Don't be like, yo, I'm gonna do like 20 years, or I'm gonna put 20 years in here making $300,000 a year. Nah, who wants to be like kind of like programmed like that? That's like robotic, man. You gotta be able to chill in your 40s. Like put a few years in and then enjoy your life. You 40. How are you gonna travel when you 60, you 50? Like, if you don't take care of your health. So young guys who in your 30s like that, put like, do 2 jobs while you're in your 30s and your 20s. And stack that paper for like by a good 5 years and say, yo, I'm not gonna do like my grandparents. I ain't gonna do like my parents. That enjoy life early in your 30s and your 40s. Don't do like us older guys and the ones who came way before you. Don't do that. That like that. And don't be trying to press nobody with styles or I got more paper than you. Don't go into them things because you cannot rewind the clock. And you never know how somebody feel about you like that. Maybe they'll fire you. The new thing come in. A merger come in. Like some of them are hostile takeovers. But don't be like that. I wish your guys the best. I don't want to hold you anymore. All right. I just want to say my input. I just wish you would have had a better experience because you probably talked to somebody who had some issues going on. So that's why you felt that it was a bad experience like that. It takes a while to really see something good like that. You have to like kind of like really, it takes a while to see something good. So a lot of time, first impressions, you may not get anything good on the first impressions like that. It takes a while, to get to see something good. It takes time like that.
No, I feel you, Daryl. Thank you very much for that breakdown. Much
welcome.
appreciated, man. Like I feel like, for me, it's been an eye-opening trip. And Jane and the team, feel free to chime in. But I saw like just how Black American men were living out there in America, bro, across Philly, New York, and DC, and it ain't too good. It's not too good, man. I saw our young Black brothers, lonely, no woman in their arm, looking sad, looking miserable. That was a common theme I saw across my trip in America. And brother, I just feel like something isn't right in our community, and I just want the best for our American brothers, bro. I really do. And I see the stress. I see the anger. I see the pain they were going through, man. Like, it's no joke out there. America is really tough. It's a really tough place to live.
Excuse me, IP. You can tell who wants help. Some people don't want help. Some people, they just want to crash out and burn. That and I always say my philosophy: hard times don't last forever. But some people, you can't reach everybody. Some people are very hard to reach to make their life better. You can make somebody's life better. You have some people out there, they can help. They can help, but they refusing to help. They refuse to help. They make a profit on misery. They make they posting things now about dates. They posting a lot of things like like a lot of things now. It brainwashing people to think the world is messed up. So if you see like that type of thing pushing, you just hear sadness. Everybody talk about sadness. It's more things in life towards sadness. But because it's a trend, a lot of people pushing a lot of negative stuff because it's a trend. That they're not trying to push anything positive, and because of stuff like that, that's why the population of the world is going down, because so much people that's the trend now. Push population going down, and then people just get brainwashed to help assist. They assist with negativity like that, and sometimes they don't realize they programmed to assist with the negativity. Like that. Yes.
I want to go on kick, right? Because there's some comments here. I need to crash out on that. They're making a great. Just stay online, brother. Stay on here.
I will.
Everyone, let's go on kick, because I think the competition is going to turn into something more serious, more swearing, more crash outs. I think as men, we have to just speak our minds, right? So I want everyone on kick right now. Okay, so here's a kick link in the live stream chat. So if you're on YouTube, I'm gonna see you on kick. Okay, and here's a link in the live stream chat. We're gonna go over to kick. Jane, T-Mac, Daryl, we're still on the line. You brothers can also call in on kick as well. Okay, so hold on, right? Let me just end the stream on Facebook first. Okay, so Facebook crew, I'll see you on kick. If you're on Twitch crew, I'll see you on Kick. Okay. Rumble crew, I will see you on Kick. And YouTube people, right? If you're on YouTube, move over to Kick. All right. Also create your account on Kick if you're new to Kick. Follow me on Kick as well. If you want to be updated, that's when I go live on Kick. All right. I want everyone on YouTube to move over to Kick. The link is in the live stream chat. You can find me on Kick.